All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. By the way, I'm right here. Hey, nice to see you. So I'm going to step out right for a moment and kind of be in the background for now. So this is sort of a makeshift webinar of sorts for ways to teach yoga online and make money doing it, besides being on Zoom calls, because I know a lot of you out there are not really a fan of getting in front of camera. And so let's talk about a few other things that you could do besides jumping on Zoom, or besides doing what you think everyone else is doing. All right, so welcome once again. P.S. Hi, my name is Ashley, and let's go through this little webinar here. Feel free to answer or ask any questions, and I'll do my best to answer. Hop on and show my face in a moment, but I will go through my slides on this nice setup. So this is actually my little home office in the behind the scenes. So let's go through 5 ways to teach yoga and make money doing it online, because right now we can't teach not online. We have to be either online, or if you could teach through the mail, maybe we could do that too. So let's get right to it. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is just a little bit about me. My name is Ashley Hagen. I've been a yoga teacher since 2012, and I have been putting myself online as a yoga teacher since before I was a yoga teacher, actually. I would film my yoga practices and share with people my love of yoga through the internet. And I did that because I was a graphic communications major in college, and I really love just sharing what worked for me, and a big thing in my life was yoga. So I'm a yoga teacher trainer. So I currently have a yoga teacher training going on that we're still doing by virtual means through Zoom every Saturday. I also own a yoga studio. I've been a studio owner since 2019, aka 5 months ago. And I'm also a mom. I'm a mom to a toddler, and he's a big ball of energy. So most importantly, I'm a family type person where I'm always running around doing different activities with my kids. All right, so this class, if you watched the previous class that I did, master class that I did through Zoom, this is very similar, but I'm here now on Facebook to answer any questions and share with you how to make money online as a yoga teacher, 5 different ways, and also sharing my yoga business money map. So going back a step and taking a look at your actual business, because if you're a yoga teacher, independent contractor, or even if you're an employee and now you have been let go of your yoga studio job, you are now a business owner. You're an entrepreneur, a yogipreneur. So this is for yoga teachers who want to supplement, or right now currently replace, their income by teaching online, and maybe even make more than your in-person classes. So if you're a yoga teacher and you love teaching, this will really help you. If you're a yoga teacher and you miss teaching to others and you really want to connect with your students again, this class is for you. And if teaching feels like your chosen career path, it's something that you want to do long-term and dive into a little bit deeper, this class is for you. If you want an easier way to make money, besides getting burnt out teaching 20 classes a week or not teaching at all right now. And if you're a yoga teacher who wants to expand your reach beyond your local community, which by going online, that's what you can do. And if you want to learn from experienced teachers, not quite teachers maybe who did this within a week and jumped on and said they want to teach you, but people who actually know the ins and the outs of the online yoga teaching world. Okay, if you are here right now or watching even the replay and you're not interested in yoga or teaching or practicing, then this might not be for you. However, it does apply to many other businesses beyond just yoga. If you're someone who wants to be disconnected from the internet and you're enjoying this break away, then you might want to step aside, because if it's not for you, it's not for you. This is not for you if you refuse to explore away from the teaching in-person classes, and if you're just waiting for the social distancing to be done, then that's great. This is probably not for you. If you don't want to increase your income or supplement your income, and also if you don't see the value in seeking mentorship, if you just want to find free and easy solutions and stick with that, then this is maybe not for you. Today I'm going to teach you the basics and getting started online, the very basics, but not the technology. I'm not going to share with you what webcams I'm using or the equipment I'm using, because that's actually not the stuff that matters. I'm going to share with you 4 mistakes that most yoga teachers make, or 4 misconceptions and myths that is leaving your bank account empty and you disconnected from your students. And then I'll share my yoga business map and also details about my upcoming course to help yoga teachers navigate the online and business world. Okay, so right now, if you are watching, please close everything, remove distractions, put your cell phone on pause or mute or silent, get rid of your little pings, close any extra tabs, and take some notes. Grab a pen and paper. That's the best way to take notes, pen and paper. And then stay until the end, because I have some things I'm talking about and an announcement. All right, so first of all, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're here. Please ask any questions throughout this while we're going through this masterclass or webinar. And I'm excited that you're joining, so that I know that if you're watching, you're probably wanting to increase your value, increase what you can do, and reach more people through online. And I'm excited to share with you ways to do that. Okay, right now, a lot of yoga teachers, and others too, but let's just talk yoga teachers. You're exhausted, or maybe not really exhausted because you haven't dove in yet, but you're exhausted because of this change and making barely enough money to get by, or maybe not making really any at all. Maybe your spouse was also laid off and you're looking for a way to help out around the house, even if it's just temporarily. And if you feel like teaching online sounds overwhelming, you're not alone. Your yoga training maybe didn't discuss all of this. So yoga teacher training, for a 200-hour teacher training, and although 200 hours seems like a lot, they're only required to offer 1 hour of business coaching and training, and then I don't think they really have to teach anything on the online. In fact, Yoga Alliance standards say that most training has to be done in person, so the online thing is not even a thing. So a lot of us don't learn anything about online teaching, social media, or what programs and apps to use. So does this sound like you? If you want to teach online, but you really don't know how to start, maybe you're fearful of being in front of the camera, you fear that you're going to mess up, you don't like your voice, you don't like the way you look, you are self-conscious, and you find it challenging adjusting from an in-person class to online. You see everyone else going online, and the market seems super saturated. Like, you think to yourself, why should I teach online? Everyone's already doing it. And you fear that your students won't value your online classes as much and probably won't pay you and only take your classes if they're free. All right, so instead of that, let's flip it around. Imagine teaching online yoga with complete confidence, stepping in front of a camera or not on a camera, stepping in front of a camera or whatever it is that you're offering with complete confidence, having an easy method to set up systems, automations, things that are set up already for you, that you don't have to go through the process every single time, but you set it up once and it's done. Having the ability to troubleshoot and understand all the tech details, and also learn how to make enough money to support yourself and beyond. Hopefully you'll also have, in your imagination, students will be raving about how amazing your class was, and even far away, and they're going to come back over and over and over. And then imagine filling your online classes and programs with eager and repeat over and over students. So all of those possibilities actually could be realities, but stick with me because you might need a little bit of help. All right, so a little bit more about me, just because we all like to talk about ourselves. Not really, but yes. Hey, everybody. My name is Ashley, and like I said in the beginning, I have a degree in graphic communications and a minor in mass communications. It's been my purpose in my life to combine my love of graphic design, marketing, online business, and my passions with my passion for yoga and fitness. And yoga has really helped me get through some really tough times, including selling a house, buying a house, getting married, getting divorced, having a child unplanned, and everything else in between. The death of my father, unexpected. So there's been a lot of turmoil and trauma and tough times in my life, as I'm sure everybody's. But it's yoga that has helped get me through. My breath, coming back to my mat, and also being able to share and serve either from my home or not from my home or from the studio. I used to struggle a lot with anxiety and maybe even a little bit with depression, especially seasonal depression through the winter times. But I found that teaching yoga and being on a schedule daily, if not every other day or every so often, I taught quite a bit, really helped me keep me out of that. And so I know how beneficial that can be. So that's why I want to help people with yoga. But because I have these skills for online marketing and business and graphic communications, I'm combining that to serve even more. So I'm originally from Minnesota, and I up and moved to Washington State a couple of years ago, and I had to start all over with my yoga business. All over. And so I know what it's like to feel like a brand new teacher again, even though I'd been teaching for 8 years, to come in feeling like a brand new teacher and then building up my audience all over again, and then to do that online as well. And that's when I really started going online, diving a lot deeper, is when I didn't have that in person. And none of us have that right now. So let's figure out a way to do it together. Okay, before I figured out this online world, which was a few years ago, I had to stop believing these myths. You got to release them. Aparigraha. Let it go. If you're watching this, you might have to let go of this as well. All right, so here's a myth that a lot of us think of, right? Technology is too overwhelming. I know, as yoga teachers, we just want to shed love and light everywhere we go, and technology is not what we want to deal with. It's nothing. We want to show up, teach our classes, and connect in person, and that's the big goal, I guess, or the big draw to a yoga practice, especially in person, is that personal connection, that physical touch, that ability to look someone in the eyes. And technology is just another barrier between that, and it's kind of overwhelming. But the truth of it is, if you have someone helping or have some advice on what shortcuts to take and which programs step by step to use, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. And you really only need one device. Maybe an iPhone. That's it. An iPhone. Or a laptop. Or an iPad. Or like this computer. So you just need an iPhone to get started. And a few simple apps that I can recommend. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. We have to start with what we have and build up from there. Little by little, just like teaching yoga, spoon feed yourself and your audience, your students, until they ask for more, until you need more. And when it comes to software, use the free programs until you absolutely cannot anymore. Use the free programs and the free software until you absolutely have to pay for them. So there's a lot of ways you can do this without having a website and without having to pay. The second one, I don't have a big email list or audience. No one will join me. This is a very common one, and it's going to take a little bit of time to build your audience, to build an email list, and to get your students to meet you on your online platform or in your online classes, or to purchase or to get your product or service, which there's a lot of different ones that I'm going to talk about in a bit. But you don't have any big email list, that's okay. We all have to start somewhere, and so to do it now, a little list that is deeper rather than wide is going to be a lot more effective than someone who has a really big list of random people that they bought from the internet. So if we can just collect a few people, you only need maybe like 100 or less, maybe 10 real fans or friends or students. You don't need a huge email list. You just have to know where they hang out, and I'm going to help you with that. So there's a way to do this that makes it easy, an automated system that you just set up, and that way then your students can easily find you and either get on your email list. Not social media, not talking social media at all. I don't care what your social media looks like. or even if you have anybody on Facebook or Instagram, it doesn't matter. Your email list is a big thing, and I want to share with you a little bit more about how to do that later. Myth number 3, there are too many teachers online and it's saturated. Okay, so here's the thing about this. You are a yoga teacher. Who are your friends? They're probably yoga teachers too. And like them and you are seeing them and what they're posting. They're all going online, or it seems like that. It seems like they're all being very successful, but you're only seeing part of the story. Well, number 1, you're only seeing part of the story. And number 2, because who you hang out with are yoga teachers, that's what you're going to see. But your students are not yoga teachers, and they are not friends with your friends. Your Facebook wall and the algorithm look very different than that of your students and those of your audience. So that means that your audience is not seeing what you're seeing. They're not seeing tons and tons of yoga teachers. If they're a nurse, they're probably seeing a lot of healthcare type stuff on their social media. If they are a IT type person, they're probably seeing a lot of technology type help. If they're, what else kind of jobs is there? If they are working in any other industry, they're seeing their own industry and their own friend group. So whether or not it's saturated, not true. And just because someone is offering the same thing that you could or want to offer doesn't mean it's actually the same thing. If you haven't taught it, it hasn't been done before. Please remember that. If you have not offered it, if you have not taught it, it has not been done before. So get out there and teach what you love. You might have to get a little more specific to stand out a bit more, but you can find a way to stand out. And it is not too saturated. And number 4, people can do yoga online for free. Why would they pay? Good question. Anyone think this? You can just do a little nod of your head. Yeah, there's a ton of free yoga right now. In fact, I even have one of my yoga teachers teaching free yoga from my yoga studio, and I think it's great. And there's always going to be YouTube videos. There's always going to be Yoga with Adriene. I have a bunch of YouTube videos. But people pay for shortcuts and your attention. They pay for shortcuts, attention, accountability, and sometimes even just to support you. So it's not because they need a yoga class or they want to do online yoga. It's because they want to learn from you. You have something that's unique, and they want your attention and to ask you questions. They want to support themselves but with accountability and support you. So people do it for their own reasons, but I actually also, perceived value goes up. Yep, perceived value goes way up when you don't do things for free. I will share with you when you do things for free in the Yoga Business Map in a moment, but it's not all the time. There are reasons and situations where you should offer free classes and free content, but it shouldn't drain or deplete you. People will pay for the value that you place to it, for shortcuts, for accountability, and because value and energy exchange. I have a lot of teachers, or I have a lot of my own teachers that I see and they're offering free classes. I don't do them. I would prefer to do a class by paying someone to do it so that I know that the value that I'm getting feels like an equal exchange. So in the long run, equal exchange. Also, you might be thinking that people aren't paying right now and that people don't want to spend money. This is also not true. A lot of people are still working, and by jumping online, you are hitting up a much larger audience. So there are a lot of people still working and a lot of people who do want to help out. I'm seeing that a lot with my yoga studio, and I hope you guys are too. You just have to have maybe the right kind of messaging, and we'll go through that later. That's in my course. Okay, so here's the nitty-gritty behind it. So we're 20 minutes in, and here I'm finally telling you the 5 ways to teach yoga online and make money doing it. Number one, live streaming classes. This is actually what I was saying earlier today, though, when I advertise this. You don't have to do live streaming classes. You don't have to do recordings. Live streaming classes, live streaming classes are an option. And if that's something you want to do, I can help you through that. I'll give you a few more tips. Number 2, build a course or a digital product. Much like a workshop or a series that you could offer in person, build that up either with some guides or something and in a digital way, and you don't even need to do videos. It can be audio, it can be PDFs. We'll get to there. All right, number 3, create a membership group. This is great if you already have members or you want to serve them in a way that they're paying monthly or weekly rather than a one-time thing. And then number 4, affiliate marketing and MLMs. MLM stands for multi-level marketing. We'll go through that. And then tangible goods is my additional extra one. And I will share with you what I do for selling tangible goods. Those are goods that you've created, products you've created, right? Yes. Okay. So first up, let's talk about live streaming classes, virtual yoga classes. This one you need I think you need 3 things. You need a scheduling system where someone can go and book your class. You need a place for someone to pay or sign up. So a scheduling software, a way for them to pay, and then a Zoom link if you're using Zoom, or a link to your Facebook group. And then you host and teach the class. You can optionally record it and maybe send it to them after. I would either stick to using Zoom rather than Skype. Zoom, you can do multiple people in your room. And Zoom, it's free for up to 40 minutes. And then after that, you do pay. It's $15 a month though. But if you're having people pay for this class, that should more than cover the cost. But keep it simple. Zoom is pretty simple, but you could also do a private Facebook group and allow access to those of you who have paid. So virtual classes, we can get into the nitty-gritty a little later. That's actually coming up. Second one, online courses and digital products. This is where you can create, it takes a little bit of creating. Printable PDFs, videos, creating audios, creating downloadable goods, creating things that are not tangible, but things that are things that you can send to someone through virtual means. It could be a mini course. It could be a large scale course. It could be a checklist. It could be your class sequence. It can be a script. It can be so many other things, as long as you can create it on a computer or maybe on even just your phone. If you can write it down, take a picture of it, then it can be something that you can offer online, even if it's just for $5. Get your sequences online, written out for $5 a week or whatever. So there's a lot of things you could create with online courses and digital products. Your platforms for online courses and digital products aren't that concerning to me. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Just choose one and stick to it. For courses, I typically use Teachable. For digital products, I have a very easy and simple way to sell a digital product such as an ebook. But that you can find in my course, Virtual Vinyasa Academy. And the third one I mentioned was a membership group. So this one is actually really amazing. It's recurring revenue. So people either pay monthly or maybe it's weekly or every 2 weeks, usually monthly. But you provide new content accountability to members. And this is where even if you're doing Zoom calls or doing virtual yoga, I recommend having people pay monthly rather than having them pay for one class at a time. One class at a time is kind of stressful, and it's equivalent to paying a drop-in class in a studio. And drop-in classes at yoga studios are not the money makers. In fact, that's why they're so expensive, because we don't want people buying the drop-in classes. So if you're offering or asking people to pay you $5 or a donation per class, stop doing that right now and start with the membership model or the 1 month model. You get 1 month of classes or up to 4 classes for $40 or $25. And it's your best bet at regular sustainable income. So I hope everybody creates a membership group. You can have a private group on Facebook or just have a simple email list with a few people that you send out your links to every single time. And I see your question, how do I record while teaching on Zoom? If you haven't explored Zoom yet, right on the bottom of Zoom it says record. You can either record to the cloud or record to your computer. So there's a button where next to the mute button, next to participants, and you can actually use Zoom to record yourself without it being without anyone else there. So you can use it to record videos from your computer. You can also do that from your phone, record it to the cloud and then download it later. All right, so let's get into affiliate marketing. And some of you already do this, some of you maybe not. The most popular one is Amazon affiliates. You get 4% commission to start, but other affiliate things like being an affiliate for someone's courses. In fact, I have an affiliate, or I will have more affiliates for my courses, where they make a certain percentage. And for other people, promoting other people's, it's then maybe around 20, 25, maybe up to 50% affiliate commission. So you make money on referring people to other products, services, or someone else's courses. And I do that. I'm an affiliate for many places. It doesn't cost me anything. It doesn't cost the person purchasing anything extra. It's just a way that you get money for saying, hey, I bought this thing on Amazon. Here's the link, but it's my special link. So that means I would make 4% commission. I think I referred a few people last month. I think I made like $13 on Amazon. But hey, I'm not going to get mad about $13 that I didn't even try for, because I was referring out my wireless microphone and all my other technology stuff. By the way, here's my wireless microphone. This is what I use, and I love it. The Rode Wireless Go. Just gonna put that out there. I bought it on Amazon. It's about $200, but I don't recommend that's what you do right away, especially if you're trying to make money. Do your best to cut costs and use what you have. All right, affiliate marketing, back to it. MLMs are similar to affiliate marketing. MLM is multi-level marketing, and that there's a few of them out there. Big ones for yoga teachers would be things like doTERRA, which is essential oils. And I'm also a Beachbody coach, so that's coaching and accountability and different fitness products. But there's a lot of other ones out there too. So you could join one of the businesses that has products, and it's basically becoming a business. And they have tons of trainings too if you join an MLM. I think MLMs are great as a learning tool. I don't think that you should put all your eggs in one basket and make yourself the doTERRA lady, or make yourself, I remember people calling me this and I didn't like it, but the Shakeology lady or anything like that. So don't say you are the such and such product lady or person, but instead have it wrapped up in the rest of your business as one of your streams of income. The average millionaire has at least 7 streams of income. 7. Not just one, but 7. So these are a few ways that you can earn money as a yoga teacher and any other kind of person online. All right, next one. This is my bonus one. This is tangible goods, and I'm going to show you my tangible good that I make. It's yoga mat keychains. They're right here. I put a business card on it. I have a yoga mat keychain that I make. Let me show you this one. This is what it looks like when it's not made. I use a needle nose pliers to attach a charm and a key ring. I wrap it up, I glue it, and it becomes a yoga mat keychain. I either give them away at my in-person workshops or I sell them on Etsy. I sell them for a ridiculous price of $8 each. They cost me about 50 cents to make. But the truth is I don't want people buying them on Etsy. I would lower the cost if I wanted people to actually buy them. They cost $8 each and $4.50 shipping. And people buy them. People from all over the world buy them. And it's a great way for me to make a little additional money just by selling yoga mat keychains. A lot of people buy more than one. And so I make an easy $20. I ship it out. It's $4.50 in the States, $14.50 if I want to ship it internationally in a little yellow envelope. And I actually have to ship a few more out. I don't want to ship these out because I actually don't like going to the post office. So I have these because it's just another way to make income, and it's kind of fun. So I put them up for $8 each. You can make, either it's Etsy or yogamatcrafts.com. You can make little crafty things, or you can actually make, like yoga props or yoga mat cleaners or other things that you could send out. I know that there was an aqua yoga teacher who had laminated cards to send out to people to do aqua yoga, which could also work. So you'd have to send them. Right, next one. Oh, we're going through our business money map. So just take a step back for a minute. Take a step back and think about yourself as a yoga teacher. Think about yourself as a yoga teacher. Who is it that you serve? What is their problem? What is their main concern? Think about what they struggle with and that you want to help with. Right now, the problem that I'm helping solve is yoga teachers feeling like they're overwhelmed and don't know how to work the online stuff. So it's my solution is this training. It's my online course. It's me and my group and helping you out through what I have to share. So hopefully I've been giving you some good tips and some good tricks. So think about the problem you're solving. And then the solution would be your classes you're offering either online or in person. And before we move on, I did want to mention, and I had mentioned this in a video yesterday, but being mindful of your attitude towards and about online yoga teaching. If you are coming in hesitant or negative or frustrated, then your students are going to feel that, are going to see that. You can sense some things from a screen. You can sense frustration. And especially if you are talking in front of a screen, even like I am here without even seeing my face, you can sense if someone's frustrated or feeling good or happy based on if they're smiling or the words that they're using. So be very mindful of what you say and turn the negatives to positives. What do I mean by that? Is instead of saying, technology is so frustrating and overwhelming, I know it's hard, we'll just get through this. Instead of saying something like that, turn it around and say, we have such a great opportunity to do this online. Yes, sometimes things get messed up, but we're working through it, and this is a wonderful tool that we have. Something like that. Okay, well, let's move on. So your problem would be whatever your students are facing, and right now it's probably stress, anxiety, depression, all of that kind of stuff. Solution is you and your classes. And when it comes to Facebook, Instagram, and all that, it doesn't matter how many people you have on those audiences or in those groups or in your social media. Let's just set that aside for now. And one of the first things that you'll have to do is build an email list. An email list is the one thing on the internet that you own. The one list of students that you own is on your email. If you have a spreadsheet, you could go at it that way too. If you have a Rolodex or a cards, that's cool too. But your email list or your list of emails and your people, maybe it's phone numbers too, your list is what you own. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, they could all shut down and you would never see those subscribers, friends, or likes again because you don't own them. So your email list is something that we do first and foremost right away when we get going and talk about building our yoga business. And then there's the intro product or service. This one is actually, you put a cost to it. Put a low barrier to entry cost. And maybe this is even before anyone comes to a yoga class online with you. It could be your 10-step guide to yoga for low back pain cheat sheet, $5. It could be your sequence of three short audio meditations to help you through the longest day of your life, $12, whatever that is. So something that allows people to still put their credit card information in for a very low cost because it shows that they now trust you. What you offer on social media, all of that is going to either lead people to your email list or your intro product. So you need to use your social media in a way that's directing people to email or intro product, not just for the likes. Not posting just because you want people to leave a comment on social media, but directing them somewhere else that starts them into the journey with you as their yoga teacher, online and offline. The next one is after you do an intro product, and maybe that's all you have. I'll give you an example in a moment. After your intro product, you might offer something a little bit bigger, a course. Maybe it's a 4-week course, or maybe it's your month-long virtual yoga sessions, or it's something that's even larger than, it's more transformative, so a little bit more. Again, I'll give you an example in a moment, but it's a little bit bigger, but you wouldn't start there. You would start with your intro on your email list. And then after that is your membership. I say triple monies not because it costs more, because that's where you're going to derive most of your income from. So a membership is something that you could do that gives people recurring content for their recurring revenue. So those are the 3 things, actually 4: email list, intro product, course or training, something bigger, and a membership that we should all have set up. Here's an example. Let's see, I've got 2, my in-person and my not in person. So my online and my in-person studio. So the first one is my studio example. So my problem is people in my town are stressed out and looking for community. My solution is my yoga studio. So what would happen? My studio is in a very cute and quaint little downtown historic district. So a lot of people come to the studio because they walked by, or word of mouth, but a lot of walk-bys. So I circled, how would someone find me? It would be in person. They found me in person. And then they came in for a class and did my intro product or my intro offer, which is 2 weeks for $29. Very low cost and gets them in the doors multiple times in order to get a feel for what we have to offer. The 2 weeks for $29 is not the biggest money maker ever, but it's that intro. And because they joined on the intro, they then also joined my email list. If they had found the studio online, they might join the email list first. But when you sign up for classes, they get on the email list. And after that, they have a choice. A couple things they could do. They could join a membership, which is what I promote. The monthly memberships, auto pay. There's unlimited 8 classes a month or 4 classes a month at my studio. And so I drive them towards the membership, but they could also take a different training or course instead, like let's say it's a 6-week beginner course, or maybe they jump right into yoga teacher training, which would be my very transformative course that I have. And then I don't know. So this is a little bit off because I have students and teachers in the same model here, but cross out yoga teacher training and put like 8-week course to heal your lower back or something that's a little bit bigger of a dive into our yoga studio. Okay, the second example is my yoga online business. And so the problem that a lot of yoga teachers face, and my audience is yoga teachers, not yoga students, so a lot of yoga teachers face is that they lack confidence to get out there and actually teach yoga. And now I'm talking about get out there and actually teach yoga online. So my solution is my courses, is my business. And so someone would find me from my YouTube channel. Maybe they leave a comment. So my YouTube video, 10-step guide to yoga class sequencing. From there, they see that and they go, oh, cool, this is really great content. I'm going to sign up for her free guide. So I give out my free 10-step guide if you join my email list. Then after that, I send a couple more emails to you, and it's automatic because that's the way that email systems work. And then I talk about my yoga sequencing ebook. It's $27. It's over 100 pages, so it's actually a lot bigger than needed to be, but it's a lot of what was created from my yoga teacher training manual, and it's a lot of great content. And you can also get links to videos. It's a shortcut, so instead of having to look through all of my videos on YouTube and figure out which ones to watch, I have lists that are clickable in my ebook that you go straight to them. So my ebook's pretty awesome. By the way, you can find that at ashesyoga.com/ebook if you want to see the example. All right, so after my ebook, then I might talk about my online yoga course. This one, the one I'm going to be talking about soon, Virtual Vinyasa Academy. Or maybe I have a different online course that I've been promoting, and that's what I talk about to those who have purchased my ebook. And some will take it, some won't, and that's okay. And then afterwards, and I don't have this, it's just an example, but an Ashes Yoga Teacher Accountability Membership Group. And that could be $25 a month or $40 a month. I don't actually have that. It's just an example. So this isn't exact to what I have right now, but I do have an ebook and I do have some courses. The membership I have right now is a yoga student membership for my yoga studio. It's a little bit different, but anyway, this is the course that it could go. So if you leave this little training with just one takeaway, just remember to earn money like a business. You've got to treat your yoga teaching like it's a business because it is. You are now a yogipreneur. You've got this. You can get out there and teach online, whether it's in person or by creating content and products for your audience. And you've got two options, of course. You can figure this out all on your own, or you can seek systems, accountability, and mentorship. And if you do it on your own, of course, it's going to take more time. You're going to depend on other people, random people for reflection. And your classes will be a little slower to grow. Your money will come in a little bit slower because it takes a lot more time to look things up randomly from different teachers. But if you join me, what I'm going to teach you for mentorship and accountability for this entire month, personalized feedback, and even direct contact with me, proven systems and framework, get a lot more. So that's what I have next would be. So after you watch this and you've gathered some really great, amazing tips and tricks and you're asking questions, Virtual Vinyasa Academy is my online course to help yoga teachers make money online beyond Zoom classes in multiple different ways, and to set yourself up as a business so that you can create an income and a life that you love with and without teaching yoga classes in person. So it's teaching you the basics of how to get online and how to show up in a virtual world, which is what we live in now. So this course that I created is for yoga teachers and future yoga teachers who want to teach online and do it with confidence. I know a few of you are already in it, so if you're watching this again, awesome. I'm so excited to have you here. And I'm excited to get started a little bit more. I'm already putting content into our course, and I'm adding everybody to our app so that we can contact each other directly, and it's been a lot of fun. So I developed this program, Virtual Vinyasa Academy, after attending a lot of yoga trainings in major cities. I have taught over 4,000 yoga classes over 8 years, full-time, making most of my income from yoga teaching. I led multiple 200-hour teacher trainings, including one I'm doing currently, even online. And I own and manage a yoga studio currently, and I have thousands of hours and money invested into business development. I knew I needed to invest in myself and my business in order to come out as a business, to treat myself like a business. I have to act like a business. And once I got over the fear or the thought that this was just a hobby and it was for fun, because yes, it can be fun, but it's not just a hobby. I have to make this a serious business, but still have fun. And to take it seriously, but not take myself seriously. All right, so you can make money teaching yoga too, online, but you might need a little help to get there. Just think about how much faster you could get there with mentorship, some proven systems, and accountability. So my academy, Virtual Vinyasa Academy, it's an online course and mentorship program. We do at least 2 calls a week together, and we also talk directly to each other for the month of April to help yoga teachers get started and make money in the online and business world. It is not a quick fix, but it's a course to help you get started, and you will have lifetime access once you're done. When you join, you'll get instant access to my complete library of training resources, but there's more. You're also going to unlock some bonuses. So you get my yoga teacher training curriculum and manual. You will get, hold on, enrollment's now open, of course. This is actually only open until tonight. So what you're going to learn inside of the course is mindful money making skills, or mindful mindset. So your mindset needs to switch. We'll learn money making skills, such as finding a niche, getting more specific, learning the difference between employer and independent. And a lot of the things that you've learned maybe in yoga teacher training or didn't learn in teacher training and should have learned in teacher training. How to write a proper yoga teacher bio and mission statement. What do you do about waivers and taxes and insurance? And I've got Find Your Niche on there twice. And then I'll also share, of course, behind the scenes yoga studio ownership and virtual studio ownership. And let's talk about email list building. I want to help you set up your income streams or your different ways to make money online besides just virtual yoga lessons, but that is one option. You can take it or leave it. How to create an online course or digital product. Who to sign up for with affiliates. What we could maybe make for tangible goods. And also how to create your own business plan. I'll teach you the technology needed to get online and make money. So the software and the apps, the recommended ones, the proven systems and proven software that really work in this day and age. What works best for you without breaking bank. So there are a lot of free trials out there. And again, like I said, use the free version until you have to use for the paid version. Necessary equipment. Like I said, it's probably just a phone. How to troubleshoot. I'll be there to answer any questions. How to create backup plans. I've got multiple cameras, multiple angles, but you can have your own sort of backup plan. And print and digital marketing, that's one of my favorites, but it's sort of a bonus in there. When to hire help, and let's talk about recommended podcasts and additional resources and tools. And of course, you'll get coaching and accountability on all this techie stuff. It's a lot easier than you think, I promise. So a lot of bonuses in here. So my virtual studio, you actually get access to my virtual yoga studio, which is currently where I house all of my replays and the ability to sign up for my virtual yoga classes through my studio. So you get access to that. You get our private group for support on Facebook. And also you have an app that we will download to directly contact me back and forth through video chatting anytime. You get my course, Sequencing a Vinyasa Yoga course. I don't think I ever really launched this course, and not many people have it. So it's a course I made a couple years ago, and it goes in depth a little bit more on my 10-step guide to yoga class sequencing. It's pretty good. The reason I didn't launch it, I think, because I thought the sound was bad. And then I looked at it recently, and I was like, hey, this is actually pretty good. So I have that available along with scripts and how to create go-to sequences, practice worksheets, and pose breakdowns. You get my course, The Confident Yogi, which I was launching earlier this month. However, because of this whole virtual thing, I decided to pivot just a bit. So this is a 6-part beginner yoga series with different lessons, videos, and guides. So this is a great example of a beginner yoga course. And I wouldn't even need to have myself on video. You'll see when you get it what I'm talking about. But this is a course that I could easily sell for $197. And it helps also to build confidence as a yoga teacher. So I could sell this for less. Maybe you want to sell something for $67. The price doesn't matter too much. But I could sell it for whatever I list as, and it would sell. And you'll see an example. So this would be a great one, The Confident Yogi. So you get all of that inside my Virtual Vinyasa Academy. And you can start right now for $97. This would be $97 with a 14-day zero risk refund. So if you don't like it, you can always return or say, nope, not for me. And you get instant access, unlimited course updates, instant group support, live training calls, and endless awesome. But it's actually $97 for 3 months. So you get 3 months access to, or 3-month payments, and you get lifetime access. Or you can pay one time for $247. So the one time, you're saving about $50. The one time, you would unlock all of my courses. So the one-time payment is probably the way to go. But to start now, if $97 right now does it for you, or you want to just give it a try, see that 14 days and see if it's something you want to do, $97, 3 times 3 months. You get my online course, my virtual studio, bonus courses, accountability group, training calls. Actually, it says weekly training calls, but it's actually bi-weekly. So you have 2 calls a week, Sundays and Wednesdays, with Q&A sessions. So with the one-time payment, you get all of the courses and you save $44. So if you enter your info for access, it's at virtualvinyasa.academy.com. You can go there and join, and I only have a few spots left. I wanted to cut off registration tonight, Friday, because we're getting started this Sunday with our first call. So tonight is the deadline to sign up for Virtual Vinyasa Academy if you're a yoga teacher struggling to get into the online world and need a little accountability help, or someone just to maybe hold your hand a little bit more, or kind of gently push you into that virtual reality that we are now all living in a very positive and fun way. This is really fun for me. I love doing this. So I love helping people do this too. So I can be that sort of encouraging, uplifting, grounded type of person for you in this time. So once you join, you're then in our group. You have access to all the content, well, most of it. We're doing the course together through the month. The Virtual Vinyasa course will be dripped out over the course of the month together so that we don't get overwhelmed and you can't just do all of it at once, because that's the fast track to burnout. But you do get access to all of my other content. My virtual yoga studio, my Confident Yogi course, my sequencing course. So this is a course, coaching, and also community. Right now I have some really fabulous ladies inside of our coaching group, and I'm so excited to dive a little bit deeper with you. If you don't join, you're going to continue just wasting time and hoping that our studios and everything opens up sooner rather than later. But if, like for me, Washington just said stay at home has been pushed to May 4th, and that might even last longer than that. So this could go on for a long time. You might not be able to get in again, and if you do, the price may go up, and yeah, you're going to pay more later. If you do join, you get my access to all the content. You can become a confident online yoga teacher, and you lock in the lowest rate. You also get personal access to me, your yoga coach. So if you're still with me, you might be asking, is this right for me? Is this right for me? Yeah, if you're not on social media, that's okay. If you've never done a video before in your life, that's okay. If I haven't been teaching very long, that's okay. I actually am running a 200-hour training, so that's who I teach, is new teachers, brand new teachers. And if you don't have any fancy technology, again, that's great. It doesn't matter. And then I'm still in a yoga teacher training. Okay, this actually would be really great for you if you're still in training. A great place, a great supplement. And then I graduated yoga training a long time ago. Well, okay, that's great. Now we can update you and share with you a little bit more, maybe if there's any other recent type things. So whether you graduated a long time ago, or you're still in teacher training, or you haven't been teaching very long, or your yoga training got canceled, oh, wouldn't that be awful? I hope to be here for you if any of that happens. Yeah, this course could definitely be for you. Even if you weren't a yoga teacher, this could help. So let's answer some questions, if there were any. If anyone has any questions, now would be the time to ask. Can you do this course if you don't live near me? Well, yes, it's virtual, and I think we all kind of realize that. So we can do it anywhere in the world. You'll just have to adjust the time zones, and that's what I'm struggling with a lot, is time zones. So I'm Pacific Standard Time, which is PST, Pacific. I'm in Washington State in the US, so that's what I go by, but you'll have to adjust accordingly. What if you don't make it on the live calls? That's okay, they'll be recorded. You can view them later. And does this count towards continuing education credits? Yes. The hours that you spend either on live Q&As, webinars, with me, even this right here, could be considered continuing education credit, as long as it falls in the category. This would probably be more teaching methodology, how to teach in an online world type of thing. So you can input those non-contact hours. I think you need up to 20 every 3 years. You need 30 total. 10 have to be contact hours. I will have to look into Yoga Alliance and see if some of this could be contact hours now that we can't do in person. So I am an experienced registered yoga teacher, ERYT, through Yoga Alliance. My school is registered with Yoga Alliance, so yes, I can offer continuing education credits. How long does the program last? We're going to be doing this program together for the next month. However, it might turn into 6 weeks. I gotta see. This is the first time I'm running it. That's why the price is a little bit lower, and that's why I'm actually accepting less students this time, so that I can give you a little bit more one-on-one and get to know what works and what doesn't work. So this is going to be at least 4 weeks, if not 6. And I'm going to teach you how to do a lot of different things. Even build a website. That's one thing I didn't mention, but something that we're going to do. To me, building a website takes, half a day. Very easy. A couple hours is all you need. And I can show you exactly how to do it. So that's one thing that I will share with you, and in the right way, not using Squarespace, not using Wix, but using a WordPress site, and the easiest way to do it. WordPress is what everybody should be on or migrating to, and I don't know why people don't do that right away. They take shortcuts, but I want to teach you the shortcuts to doing it the right way, which is using WordPress. So that could be a course in itself and probably the value of the entire course here, but that's just one of the things we're doing. So no questions? Well, limited time access and limited people. So I actually only have 2 spots left. I have 2 spots left for Virtual Vinyasa Academy, so I don't even know why I had to do this webinar here today or this training, but I still wanted to, and I might push it and allow 3 or 4 more, but I do need to limit it. So if you wanted to jump in and be one of my few coaching clients that I have, or a few people who learn how to get online in this virtual world as a yoga teacher, then you'll have to join quick. Registration ends tonight or as soon as I've got my limit, and then I'm cutting it off. So I'm very excited to be offering this, and we are going to have a really great time this month. I'm looking forward to working with you, and I will be, of course, sharing more in this group and on YouTube and other places for free. You just won't have that complete direct access, and it won't be the same without those live accountability and Q&A calls. So you get a little bit more with this course. All right, so I'll see you on the inside. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this. I know we're almost at the hour mark, and it's kind of a long video, but I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. So let me just face this now on me again. So here's a little behind the scenes right before we leave. This is actually my closet right here. This is now my office. My closet is my office. It's got mirror doors, and I have my laptop here with my tripod onto my iMac computer. So, and here's another one, Yeti microphone. And this basket down here, I have a little basket. It's called my basket of technology. So it's got all of my cords, my wireless microphone, my external hard drives, headphones, and different things, different wires and cords. So that's this is sort of where I play and where I work when I'm not doing yoga online. And I also have my yoga mat just over here, so in my bright and sunny bedroom. And this is where I teach my virtual yoga classes too. Tonight we're doing virtual happy hour yoga. This is actually wine. Anyway, I had so much fun telling you all about this, and I hope that make a decision, because today is the deadline, and I would love to work with you this month and share with you all of the tips, tricks, shortcuts, and tools to move your business online in this world of uncertainty and time of anxiety for many. So let me help you be an anchor for this time, to be someone to help you answer questions and to be here for you along every step of the way. Plus, of course, you get my bonuses, my courses that are like hundreds of dollars. Sequencing a Vinyasa yoga class, that one's a good one. So those of you who came here for sequencing, you get that too. And Kelly, you're already in it, so I'll be talking to you a little bit later. There is some content already in the pre-work and the introduction, so you can actually do some of those right now. I'll put that in our group. I'll put that in our private group as a reminder, because I did just upload all of those yesterday. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the inside.